In this course, we'll look at the economic benefits of standards for the companies that participate and for the countries that use them, and to society. Examples of societal benefits are standards that help reduce energy consumption and promote green technologies. Countries can increase their GDP through standards, and companies large and small benefit. This course shows how SMEs can grow when investing in standards creation, provides an understanding of the role of open standards in a functioning economic system, and gains insight into the impact to the economy. Finally, we will take a look at public procurement. ETSI has many small companies actively involved in standards creation. When we talk to delegates, we gain an insight into how they benefit. Real-time peer review of technology, networking with potential customers, opening interfaces to create markets for specific technologies, open standards, open markets. Keep up to date with the latest technology trends and ensures product compliance. This is backed up from research published by the British Standards Institute in 2022. They surveyed a large number of companies and most reported benefits. Key societal needs come from both members and the European Commission. Then standards are developed to meet those needs. As we can see in some examples, societal needs often translate to new business opportunities. Security benefits everyone, from AI to quantum. Power-efficient devices reduce carbon emissions, and devices have longer battery life. Data centers use less energy, reducing electricity bills. And human interfaces designed to meet the needs of people with disabilities are often preferred by all users, increasing sales. Researchers have investigated the linkage between standards and the contribution it makes to a country's economy. We will look at some of the results. But if you're interested in finding out more about the methodology, the references are provided in the Materials tab for this course. One of the most cited papers was published in 2011 by Knut Blind et al. Here, they look at the German economy and investigate how standards have improved gross domestic product. The results show that the impact is around 0.7 to 0.8%. 0.7% does not sound very much until you translate it into money. That is over 16 billion euros a year. Studies on other countries have also shown significant impacts on GDP. In 2022, the British Standards Institute published their latest research. The key conclusion of the report is that standards are critical not only for the economy but also for trade, investment, including innovation and the environment. Firms of all sizes identify more benefits than costs from the use of standards. Between 55 and 85% see standards as net beneficial, while 17 to 29% see them as non-beneficial. 81% of firms see standards as providing an ongoing boost to productivity. Firms in all sectors identify significant increases in turnover from the use of standards. The largest gains in GVA, that's gross value added, identified from the survey are in healthcare, ICT, finance and professional services. Very few firms see standards as stifling innovation. By contrast, the bulk of firms identified standards as widening the potential markets for innovation and hence encouraging it. Standards are seen as boosting competitiveness, especially in export markets. The largest cost associated with standards creation is borne by the companies that help create them. Although membership fees may appear high, For example, ETSI currently charge around €3,150 for a micro enterprise or €2,100 for universities. It is staff costs that tend to dominate. This includes travel and the delegate's salary. In recent years, the increased use of online meetings has helped. However, the invaluable networking opportunities can be lost. Many SMEs are resource limited. Here, the fact that all ETSI deliverables are available online for free can help even the most pressed companies read the specifications and see what's going on within the institute. 3GPP has become one of the largest specification making bodies in the world. Back in 2017, a paper identified that SME contributions were as likely to be accepted as those from larger companies. Today, SMEs have become an even larger part of the ecosystem and benefit from their participation. A number of papers have looked at the positive and negative effects of standardization. In simple terms, the positives revolve around having a well-defined interface that opens up markets, avoids lock-in, and encourages innovation. This in turn gives economies of scale, reduces cost, and creates trust. Potentially, there are also negatives, including anti-competition and lock-in to old interfaces. This could reduce choice and increase barriers to trade. Standards development organisations have rules to try and prevent these potential issues. Public procurement is the process by which public authorities, for example government departments or local authorities, purchase work, goods and services from companies. Back in 2017, it was estimated that over €2,000 billion was spent. That's around 13.3% of Europe's GDP. Many of the advantages for government are the same as for industry. Here again, standards can help reduce lifetime costs, increase competition, and enable innovation. Through helping set the requirements, policy objectives can also be met, for example, combating climate change. A great example of the power of standards is the ETSI standard EN 301549. This helps manufacturers create software, web applications, and digital devices that satisfy basic accessibility requirements. By referring to a single standard, governments around Europe now ensure every ICT tender results in products and services that are accessible for all. In conclusion, standards have been shown to increase a country's GDP. Companies that use and create standards benefit from a bigger market. Participation does come at some financial cost, but the long-term benefits can outweigh these. Governments and public bodies that use standards in public procurement can reduce costs, increase the pool of bidders, and avoid lock-in. Finally, as the ETSI standards process is funded through its members, all the standards are available to every European citizen for free.